down to the woods today so I could introduce myself to you and just be a little bit different than in my office as I usually am. I love being able to come down to the woods, be mindful and grounded. However, right now there are a lot of acorns falling from the tree directly above my head, so it's a little bit risky today. Also, aeroplanes keep flying over and flies keep getting in my face, so maybe next time it will be from the office. So, what is a celebrant, I hear you say? Well, celebrants create and officiate different ceremonies for people. I personally do weddings, vow renewals and naming ceremonies, but celebrants also do funerals. I can also do renaming ceremonies, or basically any ceremony you want I can create. I haven't done the training for funerals. Doesn't mean I can't do them, it just means I don't have all the tools that I would particularly want for me to be able to do a funeral justice. I might do that in the future. What? This is working really well. Yeah, I might do that in the future, but at the moment that's not on the cards. So I love doing weddings. So what I do, I meet my couples, I get to know them, I send them a questionnaire to sort of get to know them even better, and then I can then create their ceremony for them. We can include anything you want basically within a ceremony. So celebrants are different to registrars, and I will do another video on the differences. But we create a bespoke ceremony for that couple. It's all about them, it's in their style, it just speaks to that, speaks to who they are, and it's just more meaningful and beautiful. So most of my ceremonies, generally speaking, are fairly sort of traditional-ish. They might have a couple of quirks in there. I've done a few hand fasting ceremonies, sand ceremonies. So these are little extra symbolic ceremonies that you can include within a ceremony, albeit whether it's a naming ceremony or a wedding or a vow renewal. All of my ceremonies have included the ring exchange, which obviously is traditional. Most of them have included their own personal vows, but a few have not wanted to do much public speaking, so we more stick to the I do's. So I say a sentence or a paragraph for their commitments, and then they do the I do's. That just takes the pressure off, and then they can do their vows by themselves, either at home or somewhere meaningful to them, or just not at all. They know how they feel about each other, and that's enough for them. So basically it just means you can mould your ceremony into whatever shape you want it to be. I recently had a sort of gothy style sort of alternative ceremony, so like they had skulls, like animal skulls, as part of their centerpieces on their reception tables. They had a skull on top of their black wedding cake. Like, it's all just amazing. It was beautiful. We had a surprise hand fasting, so I will again do more videos on all the different symbolic rituals, maybe not all of them because it's endless, but as many as I can, and that will be a continuing series. I'll make that into a playlist when I learn how to do these things. So bear with me, I'm fairly new to the YouTube game. I used to have a vlog many years ago. Don't look it up. Why did I say that? Yeah. And then hand fasting. So they had a surprise hand fasting, and so I tied ribbons under random chairs for the guests. So when it came to the hand fasting part, and each guest had to look under their chair as a sort of a game to see if they could find a ribbon. If they found a ribbon, then they had to come down, and they were one of the people to come and place the ribbon over the couple's hands for the hand fasting. The couple also liked to make a lot of their decisions by doing rock, paper, scissors. So in order to find out who was going to read their vows first, they played rock, paper, scissors. So we all counted them in, and they did it, and it's just so much fun. I also had a couple earlier this year who were a cosplay couple. They love cosplay, that's their thing that they do a lot. So the groom side was all Star Wars, and the bride side was all Marvel. And so he was a stormtrooper, she was Black Cat, and I say Marvel, it was like there was Marvel and DC mostly marble. And it was amazing. All the guests were dressed up. They wanted me to dress up as well, but they didn't want me to take sides. So the bride also has a love for My Little Pony. So I dressed as Rainbow Dash, which you may see some pictures of at some point. It was an amazing day, and they invited me to the entire day, so I stayed for the whole thing, which I don't normally do. That's not expected, but it was just really lovely. And the sort of bonds that you make with these couples are just so lovely. And I love, if they like follow me on Instagram and I follow them back or whatever, I just love being able to sort of just keep an eye on them and just see, just like, oh, wow, they're just so lovely and warm. I don't mean that in like a creepy way. It's just beautiful. In my other job, my other worlds, I'm also a Zumba instructor, so that sort of lets out the crazy sort of energetic side of me, which, I mean, I can be crazy and energetic if that's the sort of celebrant you want, but I can also be more serious. I just love being able to create the ceremonies that are meaningful for the couple, getting to know them and creating a ceremony that speaks to them. So that's basically, in a nutshell, me as a celebrant. Why did I become a celebrant? So I got married about 12 years ago, and it was wonderful, but it was a registrar-led wedding. And then a few months after that, sorry, there's a fly. A few months after that, I went to a friend's wedding, and they also had a registrar, and it was basically the same ceremony again. Different registrar, but obviously they've got their scripts that they have to stick to. They put your name in it, and that's it. So obviously they can do the legal side. As I say, I will do a whole another video on what makes the difference between a registrar and a celebrant. Both very important jobs, but both different, similar but different. So I will do a video on that. So yeah, I just found that all the registrar ceremonies, as beautiful as they were, they're just very similar, very much cookie cutter situation. So when I found one of my friends had a celebrant wedding and it was absolutely beautiful, and I was like, hey, I can do that. I want to do that. I want to be creative and channel my sort of creativity into writing a script and then officiating on the day too. Being there so that the couple can have somebody to ask all their questions to. Because I don't know about you, but when I got married, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So being able to say, hey, how should we stand? Or having that discussion, usually I sort of ask them how they want to stand, or if they want to sit. What do we do about music? What do we do about this? Either I can ask that, or I can find that out, answer that, or I can find that out for them. It may be a case of asking the venue, because different venues have different ways of doing things. But yeah, I'm on hand. I'm contactable to the couple from when they book me till their wedding and after. I still keep in contact with quite a lot of my couples. It's beautiful. I love it. Basically, I just love my job. I feel like this conversation has gone all over the place. There's been quite a lot of dog walkers, so I've had to like pause and then continue on, and I've lost my train of thought. So yeah, as a Zumba instructor, I'm all sort of crazy and wah. As a celebrant, I can be much more refined. And I'm there for my couples, I'm there for my families, I'm there for you. Obviously this has mainly focused on weddings, this chat. Vow renewals are very much the same, but I also do naming ceremonies. I will do more videos specifically about the different subjects. I'll be doing a lot more videos coming up, so stay tuned. I haven't figured out my schedule yet as to how often I'm going to post and if it's going to be on a specific day, but once I figure that out, I'll let you know. I hope you enjoyed. Click like, click subscribe, and yeah, ask any questions. If you've got any questions about celebrants, about any of the ceremonies, ask away, and if I can, I will answer you. Okay, thank you. See you soon. Bye.